In the end, it's the real estate is the biggest purchase or sale of their life. So you gotta be with them in the octagon, kind of, right? You gotta follow this guy if you want to make money or know about real estate. You gotta be following Jeff Wybo on all the social media.
What's going on YouTube? Jeff Wybo here, and I'm back with another brand new first year realtor. You're in the middle of your first year, and we got Nigel in the house in the mansion today.
Hi guys.
And we're gonna learn all about your first year, because a lot of you guys have been reaching out to me having questions about it. So I thought, let's bring on these new realtors, hear how your year's been going. So what I'd like to ask everybody first is, how did the tests go in Ontario for you? Walk me back to that. How did you do it? How many tests did you have to write? How quickly did it happen? So
I was under the old system, which was really nice. So I had less courses than a lot of the newer people that are going into the systems now. So I believe it was 4 courses, and then I have the 2 articulating courses on top of that. Mine were a little more spread out than normal, just because of some health issues. But all in all, I sort of buckled down to the books, did the old-fashioned way. And actually went to class for 2 of them. Wow. So I was a little more...
There are going to be people out there that don't listen to me and they actually go to class, because I always say don't go to the class.
Yeah.
I just say hack the test and pass. But you needed to get in there and listen to an instructor, or you felt you did at the time.
Exactly. So. I felt like I did have to go in, and it probably benefited me getting higher marks. But honestly, if you just go read the books, like listen to Jeff, if you just buckle down, it's not going to be that hard. People, I think, overthink it, especially when they're doing the tests. I find, for me, when I take the tests, a lot of people were dipping out, at the 2-hour mark or whatever, and I was a little more disciplined, right down to I liked iPad, so I took iPad where I could go back through questions, which were great. So I took right down to the time where they locked me out of the iPad. And I think if you just read the books like Jeff said and do that,
I said don't read the book.
Or don't read the book.
I said do pass it.
Pass it.
Reverse engineer. Read the book in the areas that you don't know.
Exactly.
From a wrong answer on pass it is what I always said.
Pass it is great.
But I don't think it's wrong to spend the whole 3 hours. What the guy who shoots out in 2 hours or an hour, did he win? Did he lose? Who cares? That's not the point. In that 3 hours, it's pass the test is the objective.
Exactly.
Right? Not necessarily fast pass the test or slow pass the test. Doesn't really matter.
They give you 3 hours. You honestly might as well use the 3 hours.
You don't want to be home quickly and be like, well, I failed. Good thing I didn't come home quickly.
Exactly. And the nice thing, if you're good with technology, you don't even need to be good at technology. I think most people know how to use an iPad these days. For me and a lot of other people, you're getting, one person was from Toronto coming to London, and he got his test results within half an hour. Yeah. So that's really nice, instead of waiting 2 weeks with the paper or whatever it could be.
And I explained that on one of my other videos, how to pass the OREC exam. Yeah. But by doing the iPad, you can, you can see all the questions, all 50 of them. You can kind of pull up from it, see it, shoot over to question 7, shoot back to question 49. It's a lot easier than going through the book, and getting that test mark back quickly is so important. Oh, yeah. Because you gotta, basically, when you buy an exam, it's like buying a date. And if there's no date available, you can't become a realtor. So you need that test mark back quickly so that you can book the next exam date, which is buying the next course. So that was very advantageous with the iPad. And I just love being able to scroll through it quickly when you were all done, and you could spend the whole extra hour kind of rereading all the questions and hitting a button. No, wait, what was I thinking? It's not A, it's D. Now that you're you did it all, and you can reread it 2 or 3 times. Yeah. Versus with the paper, you're sitting there erasing stuff, and you're just concerned if did you erase it hard enough or something like that, right? So, absolutely. So then basically you ended up passing, obviously, and now you're a licensed realtor. Licensed realtor, now, so currently it's February, and you got licensed in September, right? Yes, Not at a full year, but you've seen half a year. So. Oh, yeah. All right, day 1, what'd you do?
Day 1 was... choose, like I had an idea of what brokerage I wanted to go for, and I chose that brokerage.
So you passed, you got technically qualified. Everybody has to be in a brokerage as a realtor.
Yes.
You weren't necessarily pre-scouting. You kind of waited till you were fully qualified.
I had pre-scouted beforehand, but I was really putting in work after I had passed to find out exactly which one I wanted to go for. I chose it and went with a great brokerage with the agency real estate brokerage. Great people. Jeff's there as well. Absolutely amazing team there. So that was really nice. Very helpful to get started when you have people that are always there helping you, which I highly recommend if you're ever looking for a brokerage. I mean, it's different for everyone. For me, it was big that it was sort of like almost a family kind of atmosphere where like Rachel's always there if you need her. You know, when you're starting out.
It comes down to if you ask a question, is somebody helping you in a way, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
But I also don't love brokerages that provide all this training and then just watch their people kind of fail.
Exactly.
So, where I say all the training's for free on YouTube all the time. So don't necessarily just go for a brokerage that says, oh, we provide great training. Look around who's the sharks and killers and see what's going on and maybe go for them. But I think that's what you're loving about our office is like, you ask a question, it's there for you. In my first year, I asked questions, the answer got back to me.
Yeah.
And I always joke, I used to call Dan, our broker, 6 times a day, 5 times a day, 4 times, and now Dan wonders if I'm even alive.
Yeah, absolutely.
But when you're new, you have so many questions.
Oh, absolutely. And it's one of those things too. I didn't want to be another one of the 100, 200 agents. I didn't want to be another like pawn. I didn't want to be another piece on the board. I wanted to be someone, you know, I didn't want to go through, like you said, all those training things and all these things every day that's, you know, might help me.
Well, where I don't like that is like, that's just training 200 people or something like that. So then therefore you send out 200 people doing the exact same thing.
Exactly.
So I very early on determined like I'm going to be Jeff, and like that's our brokerage is kind of great for that because everybody can be themselves kind of thing, and like some things work for different people in our office and they would never copy what I do.
No,
they don't want to.
No,
and well, they'll eventually learn, and then they'll want to.
Then they will.
But like it's kind of unique like that. It's very, you know, we have a personality in kind of a lot of the people. It doesn't overly add to your commission, but it's just kind of neat to bounce some ideas off different people as well.
Absolutely.
Not just a bunch of yes men like, yeah, the script worked, and like, well, let me read the script and call the same person. Like,
yeah, exactly. So. Well, and that's a nice thing too. Like I found with a lot of the other brokerages, they wanted you to conform to this, you know, standard or. I felt like I couldn't be myself, like you're being yourself, like you're marketing yourself. I felt like in a lot of the brokerages that I, you know, I've interviewed, I couldn't be myself. Like I couldn't put stuff on Instagram. It would always be monitored or whatever, right? So it's nice branding wise to be with the agency, which is great too, which is really nice.
So you're on Instagram.
Yep, on Instagram.
How do they find you?
So hit me up at Nigel Phillips Realtor. So go add me on that. So
you posting every day?
Posting every day, every day or every second day, trying to get the stories up. Trying to be as good as this guy here. So it's tough.
I got full teams, and we have meetings about it. So
we'll see if I get there.
Well, and I find that's very important. Even if you guys are brand new realtors out there, like it's something to do on day one.
Yeah.
A lot of people struggle. Like you become a realtor, you get a home desk, maybe you put a note and laptop, and like. The phone doesn't ring, right? So it's like you got to get out there and do something. So
100%.
How did you? Okay, tell me about the first 6 months. How many deals are you at right now, and how did you get any listings or buyers or?
So the big thing for me, like, and actually touching on the social media thing, even before I had my realtor page, even any of that, I was posting on Facebook, doing little stories of, hey guys, I'm reading the real estate book. You know, just you got to get people to know that you're starting real estate, that's your next business. So when they think of you, it's boom, you know.
Can we give a shout out? Did you buy my course?
I did buy his course. His course is great. Buy it.
There you go. Thank you.
Buy it. It is great.
Did not even try to plug this before.
Forget about all the books. Just buy his course and you'll pass. So.
Well, you'll make money on my course.
Exactly.
You're not necessarily. yeah, if you get back to the exams, who cares if you get 100? You just want 75, and you want to then buy my course and then make money in real estate. So yeah, you're posting on Facebook before you're qualified. I love that because honestly, go search like a hashtag like new realtor right now, and somebody's going to be like, just got my real estate license, call me for all your real estate needs. And it's like, sorry, who are you? And like, why would I ever use you? Because you sat in a library for 6 months and became a realtor. Like, we need to know you're becoming a realtor, because what if I did want to use you and, you know, I already sold my house and I was like, oh, I could have used, I didn't know you were going to be licensed in September. We would have not already hired the guy for October. Or we would have interviewed you, and you're like, well, I was buried in a library.
And that's the thing, like you have to, I think, definitely in this world, you've got to hit the ground running. Like, if people don't know that you're gonna be a realtor, and after you pass the course, you're like, I'm a realtor now. They're like, oh, great, another guy who's a realtor. But when you're taking the course, it's still in their mind, right? Like, top of mind's always a great
so important. Because I always say, one person commented one time on YouTube, it was like, because I always said, getting your license means nothing. You got to get out there and make money. And someone's like, it doesn't mean nothing. That's how you're qualified. I'm like, okay, you win. You're right. Yes. But like, it doesn't really get you anything beyond being able to do it, right?
Exactly.
Because there's so many of us, and only so many of us actually making commission and money. So think about it.
Absolutely. It's definitely that. So I did that as much as I could. My biggest things that I've been focusing on, and where I've got actually my deals from as well, which were sphere of influence, and like anything to do with friends, family, just get out there. That was my big thing with the Instagram and my Facebook post before I even got licensed, is just get it out there, let people know, right?
How are they going to use you? And like, what does Grant Cardone say? They don't know you, they can't flow you.
Yeah, so, it's true.
How the hell can they actually use you as a realtor if they don't know you're a realtor?
Exactly.
And anyway, so you've taken that to heart and you've been doing that. So then you picked up some buyers, sellers?
Yeah, so I actually picked up, so from that, it was actually through a family member, I picked up my first listing, which was in the first week of being licensed, which was great, and I sold it in 4 days, which was great. So, you know, that was awesome to get right off. You know, honestly, the best way to learn is to get dropped off the deep end. So
the answer's always yes. Like, can you list my property? Yes, absolutely. You're like, oh my, how the heck do I do this?
Yeah, and if you're not uncomfortable, you're not going to grow.
Exactly.
So
you'll never jump outside of that comfort zone.
Oh, absolutely. So off of that was a huge learning experience, and you know everything. You don't know everything right off the hop. So
I still don't.
Exactly. If you're not learning, like, you might change business.
Complicated stuff even today.
Absolutely. It's tons of that, and that was great because you learned, right?
The phone a friend helps, right? So like, you might be able to call someone from our office and be like, how do I list this property? It's like, okay, calm down. Calm down, we're gonna do it.
Absolutely. I'll be honest, like with the listing presentation, I had Dan, because he's amazing, because you have no idea, really. Like, you can go through the courses and everything, but you have no idea.
Teach you this. This is what I explained. Like, you gotta like get out there in the field and just do it. And hopefully, a phone a friend, Dan comes, helps you out a little bit.
Yeah.
Now you kind of may be more comfortable in doing it in the future.
Definitely.
Because they might ask questions and you might not know the answer then. But now, you know, now that I'm even over 3 years in, like, the answers are like, it's easy to kind of figure it out.
Yeah.
And you come off more confident to a seller, because you've obviously done a lot of deals and you understand the process, and they're asking like, should we list Thursday or Wednesday? And you may be able to speak on previous deals or something like that. So
definitely.
And so then you list it, you get the sold sticker on, and then you social media branded it.
Yep. I didn't do it probably as much as I should have, but you know, before open houses, you try and get you know, do your Instagram stories, get that thing rolling. You know, you want people to know you're doing like an open house. And as soon as it got sold,
let's say that again, guys. If you're doing an open house, don't show up at 2 o'clock and be like, I'm at an open house. If you guys want to come by for cookies, come on by.
At that point, it's too late.
It's too late. Like, are you serious? By the time they might not see it for a half hour, and they're not going to drive down for your cookies.
No.
It's not necessarily even about that house.
No.
It's about branding you.
Yeah.
And you want to be like talking about it Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Yeah.
Reminds me, I got to do that right now. After this, so.
And people love to see that you're busy too, right? So it's a win-win.
it adds to your top of mind.
Yeah.
Oh, Nigel's out doing real estate daily. I'm gonna ask Nigel a real estate question like. Hey Nigel, what did this house sell for down my street?
Right.
Boom, you answer that question, you're the go-to guy.
Yeah.
Eventually they're gonna be like, someone in my office is looking to sell. I see Nigel every single day on social. Let's just call him.
Yeah.
And that's how it works.
Exactly. Absolutely. Yeah.
So you get this sold. How's the buyer situation going right now?
Buyer situation is actually really good. I'm actually using something from it's like an online generation. Like lead generation.
Is it bold leads?
It is bold leads, yeah. Which is working out pretty well. It's sometimes hard to figure out if you have a serious buyer or not until you actually contact them by phone or face to face.
I will say that will come with experience, and you'll really get to know some red flags in buyers.
Definitely.
If they're ready or not. If they're just browsing, if they're dreaming of a nice house, but there's no way they can afford it, or if they have credit issue, you can ask them questions like, if it's a waste of time or not.
Yeah.
And like what I find the challenges with a bold lead or just a general internet lead in general, like they don't necessarily know you yet.
Yeah.
So they're not following your social. So they may or may not trust you, and not even on the fault of them. They might just not even understand the process. They might be talking to 5 realtors, maybe.
Yeah.
You have to deal with that sometimes.
Absolutely, and that's what I'm finding out too. Is it's great when you find a great person, but it's as you said, you learn over time about those red flags, and I'm still learning quite a bit about those red flags. But I think all in all, I have about 10 buyers or so. So it's that's great, being able to show condos and houses that way. Always good to learn that way as well.
Are they offering?
That's the problem. I haven't actually had anyone offer yet, I think is the big thing, which is, some people are 3 or 4 months, 6 months out.
I'd already fire them. But
yeah, I know, right? So
basically what I like to do is like, it's not necessarily pushing them to pressure them to buy this condo, but it's like, hey, are we just window shopping, or are we like going to war to buy this condo right now? Or like, are we just out to look? And like, it's not fair to you either. So you kind of have to feel it out with the bold lead a bit. And like, I guess if you're just sending the emails, it's fine. But if they're taking you out every Saturday and Sunday and like not really serious about buying a place,
then you've got issues.
Like, it's not fair at all. So, and I'm not just saying that because like you want commission money. It's just time's important to us. We could be like working with somebody else that's ready to buy something, and it's fine if they don't want this condo. It's like, hey, no problem. I'll see you next week or whatever. But it's like they got to be somewhat trying. Right?
You got to be committed. And so far, I've had some, like most of the people, they're just a little ways out from buying. They just want to see the market, which is great. That they're not just asking if they can show places.
And the problem is too, it's competitive. So when they're like finally ready to offer, they're not necessarily going to win.
No,
because it's so competitive out there. So we need. I always say, from my Army background, like you got to put your war helmet on, and we're like, because it's not easy to win.
Oh, absolutely.
I need you on. I'll sign it later. Yeah. No, like there's timings involved, and like offers are due at a certain amount of time, and
definitely.
So there's some tips to like move forward with these guys.
I'll be honest. I know a few people in the last 6 months that they weren't with me, but that had gone through probably 3 months of offering on houses and just losing, like had not found anything. So it's tough sometimes. See,
like usually for me, what happens is not necessarily let them lose, but like we lose maybe on the first try or something like that. And that kind of helps them out with what you said. Like they want to see what the market is. Well, now they're seeing what the offering side of the market is.
Yes.
Like holy moly, like things are hard. So if there's offer dates, some of the things I like to do is you can do a pre-inspection.
Yes.
So you could get in there if they're like really serious, do a pre-inspection, and then you don't have to put inspection on the offer. You're more competitive now.
Yes.
Because like, why would the seller take your offer? You got to really think about this in your first year, and like this is how you're going to make some money. So.
Absolutely, it's and see that's where the experience comes in. Like with getting in before, with the pre-inspection, like that's where experience comes in, which I'm still learning quite a bit. But it's it's great to have people like you and everyone around. Always ask questions. You'll be surprised how much you learn. So
absolutely, and like yeah, maybe you're seeing some condos that these people want to buy. You're going to preemptively hit them up and be like, hey, we should check this out this weekend because offers are due at X time. So like you might have to be ahead of them sometimes too.
Definitely, and knowing what's in the market too. I'm getting a listing, so it's
nice.
You know, you want to go to open houses and that kind of stuff too, right? So you want to know what your competition is, and just get to know what's around the market, right? So you can price it well.
Price well, but remember, don't always just go off the comps.
No.
Because you're Nigel, you can sell it for more.
Absolutely.
That's your job. Or else just go get a discount brokerage out there.
That's,
you know, nothing wrong with them. But I mean, we're trying to like promote ourselves as we do a better job. So,
yes.
Like I love in condos, everybody's like, well, it's the highest sale is this in this condo corp. And it's like, well, that's cool. Like I want to crush it.
Yeah.
I don't want to just sell it at the status quo of it, because then what's the point of hiring me? So.
Exactly. That's what you get paid for, is to do the best job possible.
This weekend?
Yeah, 100%. We've got it. There's an open house, so come to the open house. Jeff will be.
Actually, if this video launches, the open house is probably this afternoon.
Probably, yeah.
Watching a week later.
Very true. So it's on Saturday.
Yeah.
So
yeah. If you guys have any comments, make sure to put them down in the comment section, and Nigel will get to them as well.
Absolutely.
When's your YouTube channel starting?
Hopefully soon.
I'm putting a lot of stuff on it.
So Jeff's been pressuring me for a while, so I'll be following Jeff on his YouTube.
You'll probably crush me. So.
Oh, I don't know about that. we'll see. But I'll be following all the Jeff Wybo stuff here, so yeah, it's great.
So okay, so we got a lot of listings. We got to get you some buyers going. So I'll have to like shoot you over some leads and have you crush them.
We'll get that going.
We need you making some more money this year.
Absolutely.
Right? So.
Well, we've got 2 more listings. One in London coming up, and one hopefully in like Lambton Shores area. So
that'd be sick.
We just need the deals signed, and we'll see how it's going.
So in your first year, you're already getting listings. Like, so that's okay. Like, it's a competitive buyer market right now.
Yes.
You're better off getting listings. So.
That's actually my goal for this year is listings. I love
the goal for it should be your goal for the next years.
Absolutely.
Because, like, some of the old mottos are like list to last or something like that. So, because like buyer, you got to get up and do it again.
Yes.
Every day. Like listing, you kind of like set it up and then you can be away and then they can phone you while you're in Hawaii.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, which is nice.
And then do the deal from there. So
yeah,
I like that better. But obviously, you work hard for your buyers as well.
Definitely.
I like working with buyers that I really know, not necessarily like just the wishy-washy ones that are like hoping for something.
Yeah.
Because if they don't trust me, then I'm not gonna fight hard for them either. So.
No, it's hard in that case. So that's where I love working with buyers that I know, or even just get to know honestly in general. You need that, as you said, trust connection, and I love working. I just like working with people in general. That's sort of why I got into real estate. I love helping people. So it's great. It's great to do that, especially. With friends and family, that kind of stuff. So starting out, it's always nice to help them that way.
So it's nice to help them out, saving them 20 grand on a on a purchase or making them 20 grand on a sale.
Exactly.
And then we get paid, but that's how we really help them out, because they don't really want a bottle of wine from you. They want to save 20 grand.
in the end, it's the real estate is the biggest purchase or sale of their life. So you gotta be with them in the octagon, kind of, right? So
I love saying that. I'm like, hey, we're on a team, and let's go to like war and fight this battle.
Absolutely.
To sell your house or to get your offer accepted, it's not easy. So.
No, you can't be. Especially, I love negotiations. Like you can't be the nice guy. You gotta be able to fight for your client. You know.
And I love bringing it back to some like war scenarios, because like obviously that's my background.
The background, yeah.
But like the other side, you gotta like understand what the enemy's always doing, and it's not enemy's a hard word.
Yeah.
Seller, if you're the buyer, like you gotta think it's not always a full frontal attack. It might be some side attack where it's like. Okay, well, because like the other day, I don't think it's up on YouTube yet, but like when I negotiated a cat.
Yes, I heard about that.
That's like a gray area. Like, how do you learn that in the textbooks? Like,
you don't,
right?
You honestly don't.
But that's like a soft, like, okay, well, we're gonna deal with this cat now. Versus like just money. You think it's all about money? It's not about money all the time.
No.
But anyways, appreciate you coming on the channel.
Thank you very much for having me. It's great.
What do you gotta tell them? About the channel.
About the channel? Hey, follow, subscribe, get those notifications. You gotta follow this guy. If you wanna make money or know about real estate, you gotta be following Jeff Wybo on all the social media. So Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. So hit him up, and me.
Yeah. And what we'll do is the last comment down below, the very last one that I see, I'll give away my course for free. So I'm gonna come onto this channel every once in a while. So even if it's 3 weeks from now and you comment, I might give it to you for free as well. So always be the last person to comment, and I'll come in and give it away for free sometime.
You better put that in your schedule. Keep doing that.
Yeah, there we go. All right, thanks, buddy.
Thanks,
Cheers.
Jeff.
Bye.
See ya.